Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverages: a nice relaxing calming chamomile tea. So welcome back to the game, and previously we were once again expanding, specifically on the left here, to add in some different rooms which yeah, I certainly missed out. Some brick walls and some lighting. Let me just pop a few lights in here and there. And yeah, we also then we're expanding to this cell block here, cell block A, B, C, D, E, if you need a name for it. And yeah, overall, getting into position now where we are close to finishing. Speaking of that, we do want to finish off the facility in this episode, at least the bulk of the building. I think there will be at least some more managing, and well, that will basically mean cloning this thing here. The other cell block is in, and we are putting in the utilities, and all of the wiring needs to be done and things like that. But basically, for the most part, we are pretty much done. Down the bottom, I need to assign some people. Work on a couple of other things like that, but overall pretty happy with the progress there. In terms of grants, we do have a couple: Reform Through Education Initiative, which we're working on, cell block E, which is take our capacity to 500, which will sadly not get done unless I might be able to do it if we expand, but I don't think we will, but I'll touch more on that towards the end of the series. Basically because we've completed our objective of, can we survive constant intake? And I think the answer is, yeah, we can. Oh, there we go. This is now done. I'll say done. It's it requires some utilities to be wired in, and oh look, some more ultra islands. I wonder if it's going to be. Oh, it's probably volatile. Got some instigators and other things. Yeah, I'll wait for them to finish off. Right, let me go ahead and do the wiring here. So, as I mentioned, we have in some connections to place. Let me do that and that, and some wiring. But yeah, overall, we have, I think, gotten to a stage where things are fairly stable. Let's go for water, and no, it was that and that, wasn't it? Yeah, just to follow the same sort of plan, and there and there. That's it. And actually a bit more electrical as well, which is to that side. Okay, we'll let the workers crack on. But yeah, we have 5 cell blocks, each of which can take 78 inmates, I think it is, something like that. I don't think we're going to get cell block E done, because in order to do that, let's say expansion, or I could just build a dormitory over here and say, let's get the box ticked. However, money-wise, we're over $250,000, so we don't need that. Right, wiring. A lot of wiring to do, actually, and I'll do that while the other stuff's been put in. Actually, while I'm in logistics, prison labour, I can assign that here, like so. And obviously requires jobs and shop and things like that. Obviously, we haven't assigned certain people to, to different jobs. Just, it is what it is. So, wiring a facility, not wiring. Well, yes, wiring a facility like this can be a bit of a task, but certainly the scheduler is a bit of a nightmare. In fact, I'm going to run another kitchen safety and hygiene, and then go to for all hearing, and probably put in about 12. But until it basically shouts at me. Nope, we're good. We haven't been told off, nor have we there. And eventually we're going to run out of paper. Oh, there we go. And this is the problem, that when you press stop, you see it resets the scroll bar. Now I could just keep it on and then go for a reschedule, which I should probably do, but there you go, that's now done. And right, so the building over there, let's go to some wiring and some connections, and then we've got these connections here, like so. That's done. Yeah, so 8 and 8. We then need to go to, I'll do the phone taps later on, So door control system needs to be in like this. This is something I've just totally forgot about in the previous episodes. So 14 and 10. Why is it 14? Let me pause it and double check this. Because they've got the front door. Okay. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, yeah. And then 5 and 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all fine. And then... oh no, it should be some more. I think I'm going to have to just redo the door control system to make it easier on... yeah, I'm going to have to redo it. No, I could probably work it out. Hang on, let's see. So door control system is all of those doors. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just easier this way. Cancel it, start again. Right. Cancel it, start again. I'm just going to make it easier on myself. So this one here is going to control the front plus those 5. So 5, 10, 14. 14. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5. So all I've done is really shifted things around, I'm well aware. But it's in. And then this other one is going to be 4, 5, 6. Followed by the next one. Yes. Phone taps, well, we don't talk about them because I haven't done those either. How we're doing for the wiring. They are still working on the wiring. Right, let's finish actually the phone taps off then. So, we've got phone taps in 3. So we've got 2 more to wire in. Like that. And this is just one of the oversights that you get managing a height size facility. 34. That's 24. So what are we up to now? 34 and 28. These ones here as well. 34, 34. Yep, we're good there. Okay. Just trying to find them all. There's telephone booths in seemingly random places. We'll just get the connections done. I think that's in. Double check. 34. Yeah, right. I think that's correct. Deployment. Staff only. It's always that little bit of visitation there that we have to sort out. And the laundry is staff only too. These can be staff only as well. And, well, we'll let the workers crack on by putting in all of the electrical cables. And then we should have now the patrol set. Yep, we should have the deployments, and we should have all of the wiring and everything else. And what we don't have, by the way, is we put in the PA system here. It's not in any of these because it doesn't clone. Yeah. That's why I don't often use it. PA system decreases the grade of the yard, but I think it also adds some suppression. I'm going to just dismantle them. You see, it just doesn't clone, which is the issue with it. I can put it back in later on once I've actually finished everything. The rest of it seems to be wired up. Yep, okay. And finally, at least before any potential expansion, spend some more money. So, this will be the last remaining cell block that we have. So this is... Why is that not connected? Requires electricity. deck that up and prioritise the building and that. Yeah, so this is the issue that we have. Let's go with, it's currently sleep times, which I will run at the normal speed while we have a look. So we have 5 cell blocks. We're building the 6th. We also have a legendary inmate. Is that Peter Molyneux? It's Gabe Twitch Molyneux, a video games developer whose obsession with seeking the next level of FPS realism led to him taking a shotgun to half a dozen people in a shopping centre. Ironically, he was incapacitated when a GameStop employee hit him over the head with an Xbox. Wouldn't it be easy with a GameCube? It's got a handle on. Anyway, so you've got, like I say, several inmates in the facility, specifically actually 349, and some of them have traits that are problematic. So, referring to the inmates themselves, volatile and extremely volatile, those are definitely problematic traits. I guess fearless as well, deadly, etc. But the ones we're mainly referring to, ex-law enforcement, snitches, and ex-prison guard. When you have those traits, or when the inmate has those traits, they can be targeted by other inmates. You've also got cop killer, which doesn't actually affect the inmates, it affects the guards. The guards may not have the trained level of restraint when it comes to dealing with cop killers. But going back to the traits of ex-law enforcement, ex-prison guard, and snitch, it would be nice to have an area where we can move them over to give them some security. It doesn't mean that they are safe, because anything can happen in that other area. In fact, you know, you might have snitch, ex-prison guard, etc., and then also have maybe skilled fighter or something. I don't know how common it is, but I think that can happen. I mean, this inmate here, ex-law enforcement and then an unknown trait. Is it Mark Platten? Or is it James Cantlaw? It is James Cantlaw. Yeah. So the question is, could I move them over to here? The answer is yes, we could. Would it benefit us? Normally... Oh, hang on, wait. Hang on. Dog handler Sportswood murdered by a prisoner. And Mesner murdered by a prisoner. What prisoner? Mark Platten. New Batty. So this is not... Yes, this is not Cantlaw. I thought maybe Cantlaw's being targeted here. But no, just a bit of a fight for no reason. Over here, probably not so much, because it's fearless and deadly. Volatile. It is sadly just your early morning routine in this facility, just because it's a huge dormitory with a lot of inmates, so they all get on each other's nerves. Yeah. So, to finish off what the conversation started 25 minutes ago, it seems. Moving the inmates over to here. Is it worth it? I think not. We don't have enough. Counting through them, it didn't seem to be like a lot of inmates. That should be locked open. It doesn't seem to be a lot of inmates who are of those 3 that I mentioned. Hang on. That could be legit. That toilet is going to get dismantled, because that could be a legit tunnel. Oh, it is a legit tunnel. It is a legit tunnel. There you go. Ragnar and the doggo Michu has detected a tunnel. And we found said tunnel. And it's a big one at that. Let's remove it. Then prioritise the removal. Because of course we want it gone. And And then this entire area is going to be searched. Yeah, so like I said, it would be nice to have an area for protective custody, but I don't think the place for it is here. Because we have, if that was all set to protective custody, we can have maybe, I'm going to use the precise term of a handful of inmates there, rather than the 80 or 78 or something that we can have in each of these safely. So that's a lot of wasted space. And obviously we've still got the constant intake. So, yeah. I think in summary, we're just going to have to put up and shut up. Now, there is obviously over here where we can build. We could potentially make this up to protective custody. It would be quite small, but probably enough. But I don't think we will. The original intention of the facility was to make something that we could do constant old school intake. And I think we've proven a while ago now that we can. And it does work. It's far from ideal, but we weren't looking for ideal. We were looking for not on fire and or failure state. And as for expansion, well, we've already been cloning for the last couple of episodes, so again, it feels like maybe going over the same old ground. But we will certainly finish off around here to mark it as complete. Let's go for a tunnel search. Nothing found. Doesn't certainly mean there's nothing there to find though. So let's go to assign guards. The concern I have is, what is the failure state for people? Sorry, another blue patrol need to hit. What is the failure number for people dying in the facility? You know, there's been too many deaths within the facility, something, you're going to get fired. What is that number? And is it a percentage of the inmates that you have? Because if it's say like 10% of your staff and inmates as a number, rather than a set number. I don't know. What I do know is dog handlers are the ones that certainly seem to be bearing the brunt of things. Money-wise, we're still doing very well. We have lots of spare room to take more prisoners. Yes. It's 395. That's what it currently says. Are we able to feed all inmates? I think we are. Let's double check our needs here. Looks to be alright. There is obviously a high privacy need because we've got dormitories, and the safety need will only go up as there's more violence. Unnecessary search recently, 64 prisoners. To 328 prisoners as breast compliant. I am tempted to put in the PA system again once we've finished off the cloning. Tempted. Don't want to do any more building now though, because obviously we've got all of this. Look at all the recyclable bags. We're probably earning a lot of money just from recycling. There's cash flow and shop intake, and then there's some more recycling. Shop intake we're earning a little bit from. We've done it previously where we've earned a lot of money via, well, green energy is the easy one. Forestry, prison labour. We also did a series where we had lots of money, making lots of money by allowing contraband to be thrown in, as in making it deliberately easy for contraband to be thrown in, and also we didn't detect it as it came in via the prison bus and stuff. So it got into the facility very quickly and easily. And then we had some super metal detectors, and they would detect everything, which meant that we then got that, and then you could recycle it and make money. But we also had, I think it's Aknova, one of the wardens, where they give you a resale value of any contraband detected, and we made money that way. Raise prisoner capacity to 500. We're on 94. So we probably can get that grant done if we were so inclined because of over here. But let's say these areas were for any potential expansion, which we're not going to. I'm ruling out now expanding to, well, certainly north, east, and south. To the west, the only thing that we would do is add in a sort of discrete protective custody, but I think we're sort of on the point of we've done what we've set out to do and we've completed it. But there's a huge call for it. Then we might look at it, but let's just keep it as is for now. I'm just setting some of that to staff only. Obviously, we've got all the patrols in there. How many prisoners are being released? 21 reoffending rate, 21%. 247 prisoners being released, 213 paroled early. Okay, and this is the reason why I don't want to do any more building, because there's still so much coming in on the trucks. And the question is as well, what do we do with our workforce? I mean, we've got 30 workers, not all of whom are fully trained up either. Okay. But yeah, what do we do with the workforce? Because obviously they've been, the ones that we've currently got anyway, have been loyal from the very beginning. We have hired and fired a lot throughout the series. At one point we had up to 60 workers. But we settled on a nice balance of, for this size facility anyway, a nice size was 30 workers. But once we've built this, we don't need 30 workers. Do I keep them on staff? Don't know. Sure. How is the building over here? It should be alright. I mean, to be fair, this door here almost certainly should be door servo. Let's prioritise that. There's little tweaks and changes like that to be made throughout the facility, naturally. But door control system, that one there, to be installed. It'll almost certainly be on a bus many, many miles up the road. Oh, tunnel, and that potentially means escaping. Escape attempts are being made, but not an escape as in out here. They're running down and out. There's all the pens again. You can see them all taking the stationery from the parole room. And then they're going to run down here. That's good that the automatic search has found that. I don't know where the screwdriver would have came from. Just found fountain pen. Can't select it. Can't select it. No, even tabbing doesn't work. Can't select it, sadly. I don't think we'd ever find out. Don't think we would. You see all of the stuff here, laundry machines and everything else to be placed. Yeah, and then we'll also have, naturally, some inmates sitting on a bus. Probably a couple of days' worth of inmates. And I guess we can quantify them in days' worth because we have a constant intake on. 24 prisoners per day. I used to think it was 8, and it probably was. But then again, that was probably, well, certainly over 8 years ago. Yeah, there's some food coming in now, which is always an issue when you get a big build. This is probably just requiring the odd item here and there. Visit booths, arcade machines, arcade cabinets. That truck is empty, which means it's almost certainly a recyclable one. You'd think they'd just empty one truck and shove all of this, like, recyclables and trash on the others. Alas, it does not work that way. What are we up to money-wise? So, even though we only gained £4 previously, we've also spent probably 100 grand on building this, and we've now got 284,000. So I don't need to understaff our... our workers. We're going to keep them on the payroll. We'll keep them on pension. So a lot of these we might be able to wire up. This door servo's on. Let's go for some wiring while we're waiting. Wiring connections. Door control system. There's that. And this door control system is 1, 2, 3, 4. Requires energy. CCTV is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Phone tap. Well, I don't even know if all the phones are in. But if it equals... was it 34? Then we know we're good. Back to night again. It's now built, so it must be 34, unless I've missed bits out, and that's highly probable. 34. That is correct. So, just a bit of power now to be run. It doesn't really matter where. Doesn't need to be exact to the other ones, as long as it's in. We ran it through from here, didn't we? Like that. There's a tunnel there. Yeah, I'm not falling for that one. And there. Then there'll be some here and there I need to connect. I'll wait until it's done. Riot, that's not good. Where though? Down here, almost certainly. But the riot has already been stopped. Okay. Fine. Danger level is flying up now. Obviously people saying they've been unnecessarily searched. We also have an issue over here as well. With obviously inmates being in this facility and then, you know, no water. No water and no amenities. But we'll fix that. Like so. Deployment we don't need to set. Prison labour we do. And once again down here, snitch X law enforcement. Okay. Wiring. Actually not wiring. PA system. I was going to put in the PA system. I'll redo it. Yeah, doing like this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. But I think that's correct. Like that. Okay. Deployment as well. Check always check the staff on the areas. Visitation, that's right. Logistics, prison labour. Got all that signed. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just hope the game does it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because why not? General education. you know what? I don't need 12. Sorry, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. General education 1, pharmacological 1. And parole hearing, well, you can just mash that until the heat death of the universe and the end of time. And then I'm probably going to crash the game by pressing the reschedule all programs. Just going to put a couple in. That list of parole hearing is ridiculous. Oh, and then the last 3 were actually unscheduled because we've run out of rooms. But it means that we're running the maximum number of paroles that we possibly can. Okay. Well, there is certainly the odd thing here and there that will be missed. But 474 safe capacity over 6 cell blocks, obviously 6 dormitories. Money is exceptional. We've set up utilities and wiring. That's all set in. I believe the wiring is in, as I said. Door control system, correct. CCTV, correct. Phone taps, just checking the numbers. Cursory run through, correct. Patrols. It appears correct, but I'm not going to say it is as a definitive because there'll almost certainly be the little bit that I've missed. Right. Whew. It's been a bit of a marathon at times. Well, that has been a bit of Prison Architect, constant old school intake, whichever term you prefer, where we get 24 inmates arriving every 24 hours. The original intention was to build as quick as we can. We did that by putting in the wall around the outside, and then obviously going for, for this cell block. Oh, actually, that is one thing we could do to make it a bit more secure. It would be perimeter wall across there and perimeter wall across there. But yeah, that has been a bit of Prison Architect. Overall then, I think we can probably mark this as a success, maybe? Let me know what you think on the matter. But the original intention was to make, like I say, old school constant intake. And I think we've accomplished that. However, with several caveats. Firstly, it depends on how many prisoners are coming in as opposed to leaving, either via parole, parole, generally completing a sentence, or other means. What I mean by that is escapes/fatalities. Is this completely sustainable? Well, there's many ways you can look at it. I would argue without a failure state, because of the amount of money that we have, we can brute force it with cash now. We could easily just go and copy one side, get in 200 workers, loads of helipads, and just build. And, and we've passed the point, we've passed that tipping point, is what I'm getting at. Naturally, you have to keep hiring. Yeah, we'd have to keep hiring. But I think, like I say, with all of the and buts aside, oh, right underway. Okay, this could be the end of the series. No, it's built out with straight away. Yeah, the only sort of glaring holes that are in the facility, as far as I can tell, are a lack of protective custody, which was never planned in the original build anyway. But we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. We will do another couple of episodes, one for extreme testing and one for an attempt at an escape. I don't think the escape will be possible, or easily possible, but I'll give it a go if I can. I might be a escape and a extreme testing double-parter. I don't like the fact that the danger level is maxed out. But I'm guessing that's just because there's loads of work. Yeah. But yeah, overall, as I said, I think we can mark this as mission accomplished. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if there's any massive glaring holes and we need to do another follow-up, then we will do that. Otherwise, hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know what you think for this build and for potential others you would like to see. And we'll go from there. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings. It's going to stay at very high danger level, isn't it?